Alrighty, so it's just Taylor and I, but that's okay. I'm going to go through, this is our last Zoom for this group. And with that being said, I posted it in, oh, Stacy's on. Hi, Stacy. With that being said, there is going to be a Push to Emerald group that starts this Thursday. I believe it will only be a few days long. And I will post it in Team All-Stars and in the Coach Basics group, the link to join. It's a good way to get yourself to Emerald relatively quickly. Because that's, I mean, we talked about a few weeks ago that getting to Emerald and hitting Success Club are your first two goals in your business. Those are top two goals. So it'd be a good way to get there. So for tonight's call, I was just going to go through recognitions, basically recognize people who have gotten any Success Club points, and any other things that have been going on. And, you know, if there's anything that anyone wants to add to that, that's good too. Where you go from here, what kind of support, you know, how do you continue your business, you know, those kind of things, just like where do we go from here. So I'm reading everyone's Success Club points as far as coaches include, like your coach is included, not just the newbies. So I'm going to go through the people who have Success Club points. And we have until the end of the month, which is Saturday, which is plenty of time.
Like that.
And I mean, honestly, I'm only at Success Club 4. So it's been really slow. So it's totally okay. A lot of people have had slow months, and there's plenty of time left in the month. And we can talk about some tips on that as well. So Renee Nowak has 2. Nicole Soul, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm sorry. She has 2 points. Taylor has 2. Taylor Logan has 2. Melissa Wardy has 4. Aaron Cermak has 8. Rachel Baldwin has 10, which this is kind of funny. 10 is a great number. 4, yeah. You have 4 now? Sweet. Taylor's got 4 now. Rachel has 10, which I laugh because 10 is a great number to have. I always strive to get 10, but 10 is low for Rachel. She's usually in the 20s. So if that tells you anything, it's been a slow month for a lot of people. But we're going to still keep pushing. Lindsay Delaney, she has 4. Carrie Webb has 2. Christy Vugtefine has 2. Caroline Hollern is 6, and she's Emerald. Kelly Cravey has 3. And she's halfway to Emerald. She just needs 1 more coach. So she's really close to hitting both of those goals of Success Club 5 and Emerald, which would be awesome. And Jen Spike has 2. And again, sometimes these the Success Club points don't update until I'm going to mute until, you know, like it, I don't know, it takes a couple days. So it could be different from them. So we have plenty of time this week. Let's see if we can push to get to Success Club. I know for me, like this weekend, I really just took out a list of people, and I was going like crazy messaging people. Like follow-ups are huge. Anyone that's showed any interest at some point in the past, I followed up with. Incentives can be helpful. When I have a slow month and at the end of the last week of the month and I'm trying to hit Success Club, I will offer incentives. It's totally worth it. You'll still make money, and it's just helps build your business. So, you know, and I'm sure Stacy heard, we were at dinner the other night. One of the things I mentioned was, you know, I offered a Fixate cookbook to those who ordered a challenge pack. And then I also offered the option of a $20 gift card or the Fixate cookbook, but everyone opted for the Fixate cookbook. So I have someone who is going to order Friday. So I'm going to send her the Fixate cookbook. I really think it sometimes tips people over the edge to provide some sort of incentives. So it's something to consider. And I've done it a couple of other times when I had a slower month, and it really does help people make the decision. And we'll see what kind of, I hope we have a really good sale in May. The 21-day fix, it would be great to have that back on sale, because it's just kind of funny. Some people really, spending $140 is not as big of a deal as spending $160. It really makes a difference to people. So we'll see. We'll see what May brings. We should find out in the next 4 or 5 days. So as far as where we go from here, next step for you all, obviously, is to continue working towards Emerald. Today there was a post about inviting to the coaching opportunity. We've over the last 3 weeks, we've covered a lot on, your vital behaviors, managing your time, like those basics, power hour type of stuff, which is something you should be doing every day, no matter what. But adding that layer of talking about the coaching opportunity is something that you'll be slowly adding into your business, which I know in the beginning it can be very intimidating. I was very intimidated. I joined in April of 2014. And in May, my upline coach, Wendy, was like, all right, you're getting enrolled this month. And I was like, I don't want to talk to anyone about coaching. I was really nervous about it, but it's kind of like ripping the Band-Aid off, and it's not scary once you do it because people don't get offended. They don't get weirded by it. Most people get they feel it's like a compliment, and, it's shifting your mind, your mentality to that you are providing an opportunity. Think of it as an opportunity. You're giving them something that they don't have. And if they choose not to do it, that's totally okay. And, I was talking to one of my coaches who's in the Push to Diamond group right now. And she is focusing on, and I think this is great, she's focusing on her challengers, helping them become successful, and threading in the talk about the coaching opportunity, because really the best coaches are the ones that have hit fitness goals, are passionate about programs, and, are somewhat already coaching in some senses because they're talking about it and they're excited about Shakeology and things like that. So, think about the people that you have, sold challenge packs to. Work with them. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do anyways, to coach them. Work with them in the sense that, stay in touch with them, make sure they're in a good challenge group. And typically those people are the ones that are going to be your best coaches. So having those conversations, be bold about it, it's like I said, it's just one of those things you have to shift your mindset to that, this is a great thing. We're not trying to be pushy. We're just offering an opportunity. And once a month, a few of us coaches we will do a What is Coaching call. I don't think we have one scheduled for May, but there's also groups you can do. And you can talk to your upline about how to set up a What is Coaching 5-day group. If you're not comfortable doing a Zoom call, I used to do the groups. And then in the last 6 months, I've started doing the calls because I found them more effective. And it just took me a long time to feel more comfortable doing a Zoom call. So either or is fine, and different things work for different people, because I know a lot of big coaches still do the groups, and they're very effective. So if that's something you're interested, make sure to talk to your upline coach about that, and they can help guide you if you're ready to start really talking about coaching opportunities. And if you want to build your business, that's the direction you're going to want to start going at some point in the very near future. So we can work with you on that. We do not have a Push to Diamond group coming up in May, but we will probably have one in the works soon after, maybe late May, early June. So kind of keep that in your back pocket. But I think, the goal for all the people in this group would to get you guys to Emerald next by the end of May. If you can get to Emerald by the end of May, I think you guys will be in great shape to start thinking about Diamond. And Diamond, once you hit Diamond, that's like the first benchmark, major benchmark. Emerald's a great benchmark too, but Diamond really is the next benchmark. And then really you start taking off at that point. So it's very exciting once you get to that point. Just to give you a perspective on things, it took me, I think I did get to Emerald in my second month, and I got to Diamond probably 6 months into the business. So, it's different for everyone. There's some people it takes a year. Sometimes there's been people that get it in like 3 weeks, which is crazy, but that's pretty rare. So it's all depending on, the pace of where you're at, your lifestyle. There's a lot of busy women in this group. And so you kind of have to figure out what works for you and, kind of determine where you're at. Are you a business? Are you wanting to build a big business? Are you wanting to do this as just kind of like for fun on the side? We've talked about that before, but that's something you constantly have to reevaluate so that you know how much time you should put into it. But at the bottom line is that no matter what level you're at, you're going to want to do your vital behaviors every day. And vital behaviors could take 30 minutes. It doesn't have to take hours upon hours, you know. So when people say I don't have enough time, there's ways around it. There's definitely ways to make it work, you know, and then you can do some catch up extra type stuff later, you know, when you have a day off and things like that. Taylor's asking, how many coaches do you need on your team to become Diamond? So what you need is, well, to become Emerald, you need one coach on your left, one coach on your right. And so oftentimes, if you're married, oftentimes we always recommend to have your spouse on your weak leg. And the reason why we do that is because, no, your spouse does not need to work the business, but it's a good way you would be working both the businesses because it's a good way to cycle up and make more money. But as far as Diamond, you need 4 coaches on your left, 4 coaches on your right. 1 on each leg needs to be Emerald. Okay, so you basically have an Emerald and 3 active coaches on one leg and an Emerald and 3 active coaches on the other leg. So it can be discount coaches, it can be whatever, but the 2 Emeralds likely will be working coaches. So it takes a little bit of time to get there. You know, so it's something you have to be patient with, but diligent. And you know, quite frankly, like once you start getting comfortable with inviting, you should be inviting to the coaching opportunity once per day. That's like my goal. I try to invite, you know, pretty much once per day. If I can get 5 invites per week for the coaching opportunity, I'm pretty happy with that. And as far as inviting to challenge groups and things like that, I try to do 2 to 3. And then the other thing that I try to do is just reaching out to say hello to people. I try to do at least 5. And that's just reaching out, hey, how's it going? And just recreating relationships with people and starting the forming process and establishing that trust. So that's my spiel about that. So after the group ends, which we will end on Friday, really what I want you to do is go through, because we do have quite a few people that have some catching up to do. Take your time, get through all the assignments. And I really encourage, even if you're not doing it on time, that's okay. Get it done because it really is just good baseline information for you to have. I was telling Taylor before I started recording, I will keep the group open for a while, you know, a few months, but I encourage you to print out some things and put it in a little binder just so you can reference it, because this is, you know, what we've provided for you is very basic information, but it truly is what you're going to, you know, there's not much else to it, quite frankly. When you do a Push to Diamond group, it's just talking about different strategies, how to talk to people, and different ways that you can invite to the coaching opportunity and things like that. So, you know, like I said, this Coach Basics group is really all you need. Let's see. Are your coach prospects usually current or former challengers? Do you have any coaches who have not been challengers before? All of the above. I've done cold invites. Just, you know, I've made a list of people that I think would be awesome coaches who have never bought a product from me because they were former athletes, they're into fitness, things like that. So I have done some cold invites before. You know, it just depends on the person. I just signed up a coach today and she was a total cold invite. So it worked out well because it was just the right timing for her. She's like, I need to save money for a wedding. I'm already into fitness, curious about the Shakeology thing. So I'm like, cool. And I had her on that What is Coaching call last Sunday and it worked out great. But a lot of my coaches are challengers. You know, I'll either convert them to a discount coach after, you know, they bought a challenge pack. And once they fall in love with Shakeology, I basically tell them there is absolutely no reason you should be paying full price for this. If you think you're going to plan on continuing this drink, if you're going to continue drinking Shakeology every month, then I really encourage you to upgrade for free. It's basically for free. Well, I mean, they pay the $40, but they get reimbursed within a week. Upgrade for free to get the discount from this point forward, and you can quit at any time. And most people will say, okay, you know, and then and then at that point, I still work with them. And sometimes they consider becoming a working coach. So I've converted from a customer to a discount coach to a working coach. Every coach has different perspectives. Like Janelle Summers, she feels very strongly about not having discount coaches. even though she's super successful and obviously she's great, but I don't agree with that because I feel like, I'm here to provide the best thing for someone. And if it's just help them save money, I'm going to do it. I don't care if it benefits me or not. But at the same time, personally, I've had success converting discount coaches to working coaches because they already love the product. It's just basically telling them you're not really doing much more other than sharing about it on Facebook or any other social media, platform that you choose. So there's some coaches that don't believe in doing the discount coach route, but I think it's a great route to go. And it's been helpful for me. It's worked for me. So to answer your question, Stephanie, all of the above, I've done everything. So I'm always kind of keeping it in the back of my mind with every single person I talk to consider whether or not I think they'd be a good coach. And I try not to discount anybody because I've done that before. I did that with Erin, and I think she's maybe have mentioned it in this group. I discounted her as a potential coach, and she's my top coach right now. And I can't believe I discounted her. She actually reached out to me when she started coaching. And I don't know why I discounted her. She was an athlete. She was a really good friend of mine as a child. I think I knew she had a lot going on, so I just figured she wouldn't be interested. And I was way wrong. So don't discount anybody because you never know, where they're at in their life and what they need at that point. And as long as you're genuine and it's coming from the right place, it will come across like that to people. If you're coming across as like, I don't know, you just really want to make sure where you're coming from is genuine, and it will come across that way. All right, I see something from Stephanie. Are you Coach Press? Oh, okay. I watch people that are in my friend list, and if they are posting their workouts and posting about healthy food, yes. Yep, absolutely. She was saying that she'll offer the coaching opportunity. Absolutely. Those who are in your challenge group, and if they're really active in your challenge groups, absolutely bring up to them. If they're just really engaging in the group, even if they're not having fantastic results yet, talk to them about it, and then I always reach out to people who just in general post about fitness. If they're just into fitness, I will talk to them about it, even if they're not a customer of mine, because I know obviously they're fitness minded already. So that's kind of the approach I go about doing it. And again, I think everyone kind of approaches it differently, but it's really just kind of figuring out what works for you and your personality. So, does anyone have other questions you guys have, like as far as moving forward? Yeah, Stacy, I saw your first video today. I was excited. I was like, yay, Stacy did a video. Those videos can be intimidating. Was it a live one? I couldn't tell if it was a live video. I have not done a live video, but I've done, I record videos. Good job. So, yeah, I guess that's the way we should be going. It reaches so many more people. So, those live videos can be intimidating, but people watch them, And I saw Sarah Bry's been doing some, and Rachel does them a lot. And Stephanie, have you done one? I think I don't know if I saw one or not, but okay. I haven't done one live yet, so I can't talk yet. I honestly, this is pretty sad. I haven't figured out how to do the live thing. I think I need to update my Facebook on my phone. So, but yeah, good job, Stacey. That's huge. What was I going to say? I'm trying to think of anything else that we need to cover. So again, make sure you get through all the assignments. I know what I was going to say. Okay, so your upline coach, from this point forward, obviously we've had this group, which is great, giving you the support and things like that. But moving forward as a coach, we still encourage you to reach out to your upline coach, to other team members. Sometimes it's effective just to find someone that you connect with within the team. It doesn't even have to be like your coach's coach. It can be like someone that's not even affiliated with your team. You know what I mean? So, I really connect with Wendy's upline coach, and sometimes she and I will talk because we have some things in common. And so I have different people that I reach out to for various things based on what I know I can support them in and they can support me. And so, we really encourage that kind of atmosphere of asking anything, because there's no stupid question. I still ask a million questions of multiple people on my upline and downline, because I think we all have different strengths and weaknesses. And I think it's totally okay to ask those questions. Obviously, we want to be independent and check on FAQs and stuff like that. But you know what? There's no substitute for people who have gone through it before, and, just relating with each other. It just kind of helps, So doing your vital behaviors, reaching out to your team, and just staying active, and, making sure your months are planned out, what's going on within your business, and that, you're setting time for yourself, and figuring out a way to balance your whole life, because that can be a big challenge for a lot of people, is balancing your business, your home life, your work life, your whatever else you have, your kids, husband, whatever, is really balancing that out, because we certainly don't want this business to be something that stresses you out. It needs to be something that's adding something to your life. So, if that's been a struggle for you, make sure you reach out to, your upline or someone else on the team, because there's certainly other people that have struggled with that at different times, and me included. I'm starting to get my act together, but there was times where I was overwhelmed, and it's not a feeling you want, because I know once you kind of get it all kind of sorted out and figure out your schedule and figure out how you're going to make it work, it's a really big, it's a blessing, I think. So that's where I'm at with that. All right. Anyone else got anything? Does anyone have anything else to share, like as far as a success? Stacy, that was a huge one. That's awesome. Like I said, there's like 5 or 6 days left in the month. Plenty of time for us to hit Success Club. Get those invites out. When it gets down to crunch time, I usually do more than 2 or 3 invites a day. I just hammer them out until I get there. It needs to be a no matter what, which means that you will do whatever it takes until that last moment. And I know Stephanie has had nights where she said she'll stay up till the very last moment and just invite. And that's the kind of passion you want to have. I'm not saying to like lose sleep over it, but that passion is what you want to have, because that's what's going to get you. That's what's going to drive your business forward, because this business is built on passion and, setting goals for yourself and reaching them and kind of making it so that you'll stop at nothing to get there. So, all righty. Well, that's all I had for you tonight. I just kind of wanted to wrap that up. We still have 4 more days of assignments, so keep your eyes open for those. And I will comment. I usually try to get on top of it every couple of days, so I'll be checking in every couple of days and commenting where you're at. You can always reach out privately to your upline coach, myself, or Erin, with any specific questions anytime beyond this group too. So, and we'll be good to go. All righty, ladies. Well, you have a good night. Hopefully you guys we're all able to go outside. My kids were outside, which was awesome. Get a little fresh air, and then hopefully they'll go to bed pretty quick. So, all right, girls, have a good night, and we'll see you in the group.